Okay, so we're going to start in the seated position with your knees bent. We're going to use this, just a hand towel rolled up. Okay, so on your sit bones, feet can be flat or just on your heels. So just put your hands onto your knees for a moment and lengthen through the crown of the head. Just notice the little bony bits at the bottom of your pelvis. Your gaze is towards the front of the mat. And as you breathe out, tuck under, let the arms straighten. And as you breathe in, you come back onto your sit bones. Breathing out as the pelvis does the work, so you try not to overly move your shoulders. And you just notice if the shoulders do feel a little bit tight, that'll be the go-to position. So try and change that thought process of pulling here and working from here instead. So the lumbar spine, the lumbar spine feels like it's going to the floor. So the pubic bone will come towards the ribs. You've got back muscles, lower back muscles and the abdominals talking to each other to flex and lengthen that lumbar spine. The rest of the body just follows. Okay, so we're going to use the towel. So hold onto the towel, have it about, the hands about as wide as your shoulders, so it's not too wide. Your shoulders just here, not out here, this bit here. Okay, look towards the towel as you roll back. So feel that the towel is being pulled forward. So if I was in the room with you and I was holding onto the towel, you'd be trying to pull it back and I'd be trying to pull it that way towards your feet. So that starts to feel, as you do that, as you work with that feeling, you start to feel it here, the muscles here in the back of the body connecting, the shoulder blades especially, start to notice where they are and what they're doing. So check that you're not looking towards the ceiling, your gaze is still towards the towel. That helps the back of the neck stay long and your chin stay tucked. Okay, so we're going to add a rotation. So the legs are going to stay as they are. So you come back again and turn to one side. Looking at the centre of the towel, come back up, change sides, breathe out as you go. Breathe in as you come back, but you're still trying to reach forward, lengthen through with the towel. So if I'm there and I'm pulling the towel away from you. Last one on each side. And then come back down to the floor. Right, let's rest on your back, put your head down, take the towel up to the ceiling, pick up one foot, and then pick up the other foot. Okay, so we're going to go into a single leg stretch. You lift your head and shoulders, and reach the towel towards your feet. One leg reaches away, come back in, change sides. If your neck aches, bring your head down. So your knees just coming back towards the towel. Can come back so it touches the towel, or so it just comes back just in front of the towel, just towards you, so it's on your side of the towel. Gives you an idea of where you want your knees to be. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of movement with the towel. So next time the legs out straight, twist over towards that side, come back to centre, change side on the straight leg, twist towards that leg, come back, change sides, twist towards the straight leg. So let the pelvis stay heavy. Let the rib cage do the work to turn you. Last one on each side, chin stays down. Put the towel over the base of the knees and then hug the legs in. So it's on the top of the shins. And just use that towel to pull and release, pull and release, a rocking movement. And keep doing this, and hold on to the ends of the towel, let your elbows rest for a moment so you're not hunching your shoulders. Keep the chin tucked in, and as the knees come towards your chest, pull the towel to help you, pull the legs in, and see if you can lift your tailbone, keep the chin gently tucked, the gaze towards your knees, breathe out, breathe in as you come back, pubic bone to your ribs. Last one, and then bring the feet down, one at a time. Let the towel now go over the hips, holding on to the ends. Press down with the towel and press up with your hips. And then come back down. So you let the lumbar spine drop down, the back of the pelvis, relax your toes. And then as you come back up, let the knees and the knees and the shins feel like they're reaching over your feet. And then rolling back down through the ribs. Lovely. So you're working with this feeling that you're trying to press up into the towel. The towel's trying to keep pulling you down. The back of the body has to work a bit harder to push you up there. So you get a little bit more work from the glutes. Okay, last one. And just hold it there for a moment. And put your little pulses with the towel. So squeeze the glutes to push up into the towel. Pull the towel down and release. Squeeze your glutes, push up and release. And 3 and release. And 4 and release. And 5. Ooh, and then come back down. Okay, so take the arms up to the ceiling. Put my hands in a little bit now. They're not on the, right on the edges. About shoulder width. And take the arms back behind you. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, look towards your knees. And if you can come up, you want to straighten the legs out to help you come up all the way. And then come back down. Think lumbar spine, lower rib cage, and then the back of the head. Arms come back behind you. Now as you come back up, look towards your toes. Let the lower ribs drop to the floor. And then start to lift the chest bone up. So if you need to bend your knees, do that first. So you start to that allows the lumbar spine to drop down a little bit more. And feel that you've got to take the towel over the knees. And then you can straighten the legs as you come up. And that can help you come up. And then take the arms back, and bend the knees, chin goes to the chest, look to the knees, so you're like going to reach over the knees, and then you straighten the legs, and the weight of the legs helps to pull you up. Last time. You might feel some clunking and creaking going on in your shoulders, because this movement helps you to release any tightness up at the top of the arm. And then come back down. Lovely. Take the arms back behind you. So keep the arms here, bend the knees, take one leg up to the ceiling and start to draw your circle. Do 3 or 4 circles and then reverse. And then bring that foot back down, change legs. Round you go, draw a circle on the ceiling with your toes. And then reverse it. Keep the pelvis steady, right and left side. And then bring the foot back down. And the arms back up here. Release the towel, put to one side. Push your right leg over your left and take both legs over to the right side. Turn head to the left. Come back to centre, same side. I'm going to start to add the arms. So keep the arms out straight and wide like a letter T. So let the legs go back to the right side. To look towards your left hand and rotate the arm down. The right hand stays facing upwards towards the ceiling. Come back to centre. Turn, both palms are up now. And again, so legs go to the right. Turn your head to the left and left palm down. Then start to take the left palm and the arm as if you're reaching for the corner of the room, on that diagonal. Come back to centre. And again, knees to the right. Left palm is down. Look towards your left hand. So the weight of the legs is pulling the pelvis over to create space here along the ribs and underneath the armpit. To open up any tightness here on this side, this plantar fascia that runs from your the spiral line from your knee to your pelvis, to the ribs, to your arm. Then come back and cross the legs, change sides. So going to the left side now. And then look towards your right arm. And then come back. And again, knees to the left, look to the right. And come back, and then take the arm up on that high diagonal. And again, looking, so you're going to start to turn the palm down on that right side. And then come back to centre. You might feel one side that you might feel it more, might feel more tightness, you might feel more of a stretch. 2 more on that side. Last one. And then I'm going to cross the legs and roll over onto your side. Come up onto your elbow. Stretch the top leg out and lift and lower. Try not to sink down into your rib cage. Pushing away. So if you sink down into your rib cage, you'll be tightening up your shoulder. So I'll let that stay lifted. And then bring the leg forward and back. Pushing through the heel on both moves. Last one. And then bend the knee, put it back on top of that leg. So you're on your elbow already. So you're set up to do the side bend as you lift and lower. Breathe in as you lift, breathe out as you release. 2 more. Bring the legs out in front. The hands behind you, so the knees are bent, the feet are on the floor. Let the knees drop to one side. Come back and change sides. So try to stay equal on the hands and the heart is lifted to the ceiling. With your feet side by side, knees side by side. Last one on each side. And then put your hand here. Bring the legs over and come down onto your elbow, top leg, bring it forwards and take it back. Start with that lovely swinging movement. And then come back to centre and lift and lower the leg. Check that the weight of the leg as you go up doesn't make you sink down into your side. So the waist stays equal on both sides and your shoulder isn't going towards your ear. The tendency is to try and go higher, but then you kind of lose your position and then you'll feel it in your shoulder and in your back. There you go, lovely. Last one, and then bend that knee. In your side bend position, check your elbows underneath your armpit. Breathe in as you come up, breathe out as you come down. So reach with your fingertips over the head. 2 more. And then come back over. Take the feet wide, let one knee fall in, bring it back, change sides, bring it back, change sides. Just let the pelvis roll. Notice the waist on that side as the knee drops in, it lengthens up to your armpit. 1 more on each side. And then bring the knees and the feet back into the centre. Pick up the feet so the knees are above your hips and take the hands up to the ceiling. So right arm, left leg, take them down. Come back, change sides. Chin stays tucked so your gaze is towards the knees. Now if you wanted to take it a little bit further, the legs are straight. And just notice where the spine feels heavy. Just check that you're not lifting your chin and your back of the ribs are heavy. Last one on the other side. Bring the knees in, put the legs together, double leg stretch. Sweep the arms down and around and then bring the legs back in. You can lift the head and shoulders. If your neck aches, bring the head down. Stay heavy on the tailbone. Last one. And then go into your single leg stretch. Outside hand touches the ankle. Reach the straight leg away. Change sides. Outside hand to the ankle as you switch. And switch. Other hand is just pressing the top of the knee. But let the knee also, the end of the femur, press into that hand. So you keep this length here, let your straight leg reach away. As if I've got hold of the heel, I'm pulling your leg out of your pelvis, lengthening it away. Last one. Bring the feet back down and come back up into a bridge, reach the knees away. Hold it there for a moment, press the feet into the floor. So as you notice the pressure in your feet, lift and lower your toes. Your toes have got nothing to do with what your feet are up to, just notice your toes can move as you keep the ball of the foot, big toe, little toe, pressing into the mat and your heel. And then come back down through your spine. Lovely. Bring the feet and the knees together, drop them to one side. Change sides. Change sides, keep these shoulder blades heavy. And change sides. And then come back to centre and roll yourself over and push yourself up. Bring the knees together, bring your feet to one side, hold on to the top leg and reach over. So you find this tricky, you can use a towel or a blanket or a cushion. So you put under your hip and then come over and swap sides in a minute. So we're going to reach over that side first and then bring the legs around. Bring the towel with you if you need it. See what it's like on that side if you feel you just can't quite get there, but use that to help you. And then reach over. You're opening up this side of the waist. Then bring the hand back and reach over that side. Lovely, well done. Good practice. Take care.